As the world is starting to slowly open up again, Soap Hub is beginning a new series where soap stars share their passion for travel, with helpful hints, thrifty recommendations, and spectacular memories of their time away. We start this new series with General Hospital's Nicolas Cassadine, Marcus Coloma. Taking off with Marcus Coloma. Where's your dream place to visit? Marcus Coloma: I haven't been to any Scandinavian spots that are on my list. For example, Hilarion, would love to visit Spain. There are spots in England I can't wait to visit, like the village of Castlecombe, but as walking is one of my favorite activities, there's a 30 to 60 day 750-mile walk where you visit 88 temples in Japan called the Shikoku pilgrimage that I'd love to do. What has been your favorite place you've visited so far and what inspired you to go there? Marcus Coloma: Florence and Portofino in Italy, Chinon, and Paris in France, Whistler, Canada, and New York are top of my list spots. These were inspired by a love and love. If someone else were to go there, what places/sites would you tell them they must be sure to see while there? Marcus Coloma: Splendido in Portofino. You'll feel like you've time traveled and become a 50s movie star who had to find a place where you could privately fall in love. Recommendations for where to stay or where to go for food. Marcus Coloma: I had these soufflé pancakes at a place called Flippers in NYC that were delicious, the best hot chocolate I've ever tasted, and I don't like hot chocolate, from a place called La Burdick, and pizza from anywhere. Do you have any special travel tips for anyone planning on going there? Marcus Coloma: For her 13th birthday, my daughter made a booklet with 13 pages and 13 items per page of places to go to, eat, and shows to see in NYC. It really was the best trip I've ever taken because we had so many things to do planned out. So, I recommend hiring my daughter to plan your activities before you go. She's the best in the business. How did traveling there make you feel? Marcus Coloma: Alive. Adventurous. Alive. Did it change you at all? Marcus Coloma: Yeah, it was really inspiring. It made me want to be more successful. As a result, I felt more excited about the world and life. When you travel, do you stick to a schedule and plan everything you want to see and do in advance, or do you show up with little idea and just go with the flow? Marcus Coloma: Normally, I just arrive and walk. I love looking at the architecture of a new location, seeing the people walking around. You can really get a taste of the culture of a place just by walking. That said, my daughter introduced me to a new way of traveling by creating the aforementioned travel booklet, and it really added to the trip. So, I think planning is the way to go, but if possible, walking to the planned destinations because you could still explore and get the spontaneity of seeing unplanned sites. Do you stick to tourist areas, or do you immerse yourself in the local traditions/cultures? Marcus Coloma: The latter, but what I love about the internet is you can efficiently find the interesting local spots. How many suitcases do you bring? Are you a light packer or pack way more than necessary? Marcus Coloma: Light packer. I bring one suitcase and there's usually room in the case. Funniest travel story? Marcus Coloma: It's not particularly funny, but I remember having to order blindly in a very expensive French restaurant because the menu was in French. The food was so bad and so expensive, and I have a feeling they were using parts of animals that I wouldn't want to eat. Have you ever been on a solo vacation? If so, what is your biggest piece of advice? Marcus Coloma: Whenever I travel for work, it feels like a solo vacation because there can be so much downtime. I'd say walk a lot, and eat out, don't get stuck in the hotel. The craziest food you have tried and where was it from? Marcus Coloma: Frog legs in San Francisco when I was probably 14. Chicken thighs do not necessarily look like a chicken's thigh, but I'll never forget how much a plate of frog legs looks like frog legs. General Hospital, GH, airs weekdays on ABC. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Port Charles, check out all the latest that's been posted on GH Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Adblock test. Why?